Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest, Series 12, Book 5, Murka the Ice Horse. Well guys, we're back again with Beast Quest, and it's been a fun time, and of course we're back again with Murka. So let's see how this one fares. Without further ado, let's go to the story. Tom and friends were still at Queen Remaine's castle. They needed to go after Kensa, the sorceress, and Sampaio, the pirate king. They had captured Princess Esmeralda and were heading north to the ice desert. After some communication with the general, a scientist called Doc entered and claimed he had a way of catching up to our enemies. He had invented a flying machine. Tom and Eleanor were a bit concerned, but considering time was one of the things they couldn't waste, they agreed and took flight. With Doc coming with them, as he was the best qualified to pilot the vessel, much to our hero's annoyance, as they feared his bumbling could slow them down. But again, seeing they had limited time, they let it slide, and even brought Silver along. But of course there was no room for Storm, so he would be looked after by Queen Remaine, while Tom and friends attempted to rescue Princess Esmeralda. The final thing was the map had revealed the latest beast's name, Murka, and our heroes wondered, would they face Sampaio and Kensa, or this lightning beast first? Tom and friends were aboard Doc's flying machine, and after a few bit of bumps in the winds, they not only reached the icy desert, but managed to find Sampaio's ship. They tried to stealthily get the drop on them and rescue the princess. However, they were spotted, and in the air scuffle, Doc, the pilot, was knocked out. Tom took command and managed to sneak up on the pirate ship to rescue Princess Esmeralda, and thanks to Eleanor's lucky marksman skills, they were able to get her without Sampaio or Kensa noticing. However, Sampaio's crew did and attempted to stop them from escaping by boarding their flying machine. Tom climbed up and fought the pirates off, and eventually they succeeded. He wanted to go after them for what they had done, which made him accidentally stab a hole in the balloon section of the ship, causing a crash landing. Tom and friends were falling inside the flying machine. Luckily, Doc awoke and told them what to do to slow the impact of the crash landing. It worked and they landed safer than they should have. But once landed, Silver noticed some strange tracks, which weren't made by them. Our heroes knew it was the next beast, and soon they were greeted by a vision of Daltek, who tried to give them some info on Murka, but his image had faded. Tom told Esmeralda and Doc to stay and repair the ship, while Tom and his friends would see whether these tracks would take them. But Tom secretly was fearing of the new beast. I should have mentioned, but I probably did, that, Esmeralda was successfully saved, so there's that. But of course, now it's time for the beast action. Tom and friends venture forth, and wondering how they're going to fight Murka with their hands feeling so cold. Soon enough, something caught their attention. It was a light source. They followed it, and soon enough encountered a pirate imprisoned in a cage. Sampaio had thrown him overboard when he got pissed off at the pirate, and now he was a victim of Murka. Tom didn't know if he should free him, as he didn't trust him, but said if he was alive when they returned, they would free him. They continued following the light, then noticed 4 long legs. Yep, Murka was right above them, and now it was battle time. Tom and friends tried to fight off Murka, but he was more the most offensive beast of the lightning beast they had ever come across. Well, that's just my opinion. I think he's the most offensive. Anyway, even Tom removed his woolly coat for extra speed, but that wasn't enough to change the tide of battle. So they witnessed Murka's power as he blasted his ice breath, creating an ice cage around Eleanor, which explains how the pirate got trapped. But now Tom was alone, and even with Silver, he got hit in the fight as well. Tom tried to rescue Eleanor, but Murka wasn't going to allow it. With Eleanor now prisoner, he could focus on getting his revenge on Tom for his father's actions. He tried to trample Tom to death, but Tom couldn't hold his ground forever. Eleanor told Tom to leave her and focus on taking out Murka, which he did. He tried to run at the beast, but he remembered he didn't have the golden armor power, which is a lie, because in Vigrash he used the golden armor powers to jump on Vigrash's back. The only powers he lost were the five of the 6 jeweled belt and the shield tokens. If they wanted to say that why Tom wasn't going faster was because he didn't have Tagus's horseshoe, as that's the power that also focuses on speed, they could have said that, but no. They said the golden arm and he didn't have that, which is a lie, because in the last book we get explanation that he does have those powers. So it's kind of weird that they're saying that Tom doesn't have the golden armor when last book clearly states he does. Anyway, Tom ran to the edge of a cliff and quickly plunged his sword in to stop his fall. But as he was dangling, he spotted a weak bridge. Tom knew, even with his weight, he wouldn't manage to support himself on that bridge, but for certain he knew that huge beast wouldn't, and Tom formed a plan. Tom swung himself back over and tried to trick Mirka into riding him. However, despite Tom's efforts, that plan backfired. Luckily, Doc and Esmeralda arrived in the flying machine. Esmeralda riding on Mirka, while Tom could do his damage. This is where the tables were turning. Tom had the advantage now. They had Mirka tied up for a while, but his weight was too much. He broke free, and the fight continued on the weak canyon edge. Eleanor had broken free and tried to throw Tom the right lightning token for the job, but it landed under Mirka, and Tom had to trick Mirka into using his own weight against him. With the red jewel he did. Mirka's rage got the better of him, and his huge pounce was was way too much, and he began falling into the chasm. But then, so did Tom. Tom was rescued by Doc as he picked him up in the flying machine, and then our heroic team flew back to Meaton. Eleanor also explained she released the pirate as it was the right thing to do, and luckily he did no harm to her. When they arrived at Meaton, they refused to stay for a feast, basically, and heard from Esmeralda that Sanpeo and Kensa were planning to attack Avantia. They headed to Storm and needed to make a return to home. And yeah, that's essentially the plot of Murka the Ice Horse. Overall, I think it's not. It may be actually. Okay, actually, I think this is the weakest book. Yeah. Remembering those other books now, yeah, I think this might be the weakest, just because of that one element that's made it held back for me. Because Kajin was okay. Solak didn't have any issues. Israelite didn't have any issues. It was pretty good. It was tied with Vigrash, but this one is probably the weakest, I'd say. But that's just me. And next time on Beast Quest, though, guys, hopefully things can get better, because we're facing the last of the lightning beasts, Karma, the faceless beast. Till next time, guys, peace.